Peace and blessings be upon you all. In our previous episodes, we walked through the world of the early knowers of Allah, Sal Tustari and Mansur al-Hallaj. We saw how, in the 3rd century Hijri, they taught that the light of the beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, is the first creation and the source of all other lights. But someone might object. These were mystics, and the language of mystics is often poetic and difficult. Did this reverence for the spiritual reality of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, remain only in the circles of the Sufis? Or did it enter the mainstream of Islamic scholarship? Today's episode answers that question, because today we meet a figure who was not, first and foremost, a mystic. He was a judge, a jurist, a master of hadith, and one of the most trusted and beloved scholars in the entire history of the Muslim world. His name was Qadi Iyad al-Maliki. Who was he? His full name was Qadi Iyad bin Musa al-Yasubi. He was born in the year 476 Hijri in the city of Ceuta, on the northern coast of what is today Morocco. He served as the chief judge of Ceuta, and later as the judge of Granada in Muslim Spain. He passed away in the year 544 Hijri. Qadi Iyad was a towering authority. He was a leading scholar of the Maliki school of law, a master of hadith and its sciences, an expert in the Arabic language, and a historian of the scholars before him. So respected was he that a famous saying spread across the Muslim world, that were it not for Qadi Iyad, the very name of the Western Muslim lands would not be known. This was a man at the center of mainstream orthodox scholarship, not on its margins. And it is this man, this judge, this jurist, this master of hadith, who wrote one of the most celebrated books ever composed in honor of the beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him. The book is called, in Arabic, Al-Shifa. The full title means something like, the healing. Through the recognition of the rights of the chosen one, peace and blessings be upon him. For nearly 9 centuries, this book has been read, studied, copied, and loved across the entire Muslim world, from Morocco to Indonesia. Scholars have written dozens of commentaries upon it. In many lands, it was read aloud in gatherings for blessing and healing, which is part of why it carries the name, the healing. So what does this book contain, and why does it matter for our series? The healing is devoted entirely to one subject, the rank, the qualities, and the rights of the beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him. Qadi Iyad gathers, with the precision of a judge and the care of a master of hadith, the evidence from the Quran and the sayings of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, concerning his exalted station. He divides his great work into 4 main parts. In the first part, he establishes the lofty rank that Allah Almighty has granted to his beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, his noble qualities, his perfect character, and the honors bestowed upon him in this world and the next. In the second part, he explains the rights that the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, has over the believers, the duty to believe in him, to obey him, to love him, and to honor and revere him. In the third part, he addresses important questions of belief connected to the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him. And in the fourth part, he discusses serious legal matters concerning the honor of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him. Now here is why this book is the turning point in our story. In the earlier episodes, the teaching about the spiritual reality of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, came to us through the language of the mystics, through images of light and lamps and oceans. Beautiful, but to some, unfamiliar. With Qadi Iyad, the same profound reverence for the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, is now expressed in the sober, careful, evidence-based language of mainstream scholarship. He builds his case not on visions, but on verses of the Quran and authenticated reports. For example, Qadi Iyad gathers the many ways in which Allah Almighty honored his Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, how Allah took an oath by his life, how Allah joined the Prophet's name with his own, how obedience to the Prophet was made equal to obedience to Allah, and how Allah sent his blessings upon him and commanded the believers to do the same. From all of this, Qadi Iyad draws a clear conclusion, that the beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, holds a rank above all of creation, and that to love him and honor him is not optional, but an essential part of faith itself. Reflect on what this means for the thread we have been following. The deep reverence for the reality of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, is no longer the property of a few mystics in Basra and Baghdad. By the 6th century Hijri, it has become the settled teaching of one of the most respected judges and hadith masters in the Muslim world, recorded in a book that the entire community would come to treasure. And here, as always, we must be precise about the boundary. Qadi Iyad, the careful jurist, is the last person who would blur the line between the creator and the created. Throughout his book, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, remains a human being and a servant of Allah, the most honored of all servants, but a servant nonetheless. Qadi Iyad's entire purpose is to teach the believers the rights and the honor due to the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, precisely as a created messenger sent by his creator. The greatness he describes is the greatness of the perfect servant, not a sharing in the divine. So what is the summary of today's episode? With Qadi Iyad al-Maliki and his celebrated book, The Healing, the reverence for the rank and reality of the beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, moved from the circles of the early mystics into the very heart of mainstream Islamic scholarship, expressed now in the disciplined language of a master jurist and hadith scholar, built upon the Quran and authenticated reports, and embraced by the whole Muslim world for nearly 900 years. In our next episode, we will meet the figure whom later generations would call the greatest master, Ibn Arabi, and we will see how he gave the teaching of the spiritual reality of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, its most complete and systematic expression. So please subscribe and stay with us through this series. May Allah Almighty grant us the true recognition of the beloved Prophet. Peace and blessings be upon him. Allah Hafiz.